I'm talking to mainly to the authorities, the people who are responsible, who are in power, that keep doing this shit. This is who I'm talking to. And yeah, I will confront any of them. Yes, I will. The video title, you already said. Still, don't be greedy over rent. Talking about they justifying and talking about they need money because they got control over property. Then I got to raise the cost of the I got to raise have these people who has poor money, barely who has a place to live, just to fund their fucking lifestyle because they got property that is renting. They trying to just rob the people. You see what I'm saying? They know this is what they doing. They robbing the damn people. And then see me when I talk about situation, I go after the real white man, the real ones. That's the one I'm going for. Damn, this ain't going to maybe none of our people that's involved with this system because it's a system that controls it. Because without the the white man or the so-called white man that control it, it ain't no way in the world that the people who decide to be a owner, property owner, first of all, they got to get permission from the damn white man and all that kind, because they're in quote unquote control. Now, the people that live in apartment, white folks don't really care nothing. So-called white people don't care nothing about our people. And I know this for a fact because if you go all the way back in time to how when our people was colonized, they came over here, took everything that the people had. No, y'all took y'all motherfucking asses back to the goddamn Caucasus Mountain because everything that y'all living off of the blood, sweat, tears, and the bloodshed of our ancestors any damn way. So you all have no right to be talking about rent, property owned rent, none of that shit. People tell me all the time, be careful what you say. Look, let me tell you something. What I'm saying is the truth. And what I don't like people who try to get, mainly, I can't stand the white man because all they do, we talk about getting over. That's all they do is get over on people. And I'm going to say this one thing, that they better not go up on this rent in here because one thing I would do, I would take this all the way to wherever I need to take it to do something about this here. You know what I'm saying? Because at some point in time, you get tired. It's just like, let me explain to you why I'm saying what I'm saying. And I know everybody consider me a little man and all this kind of you can't or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Something gonna be done because you know what the Bible said. The Bible says that. Hold on. I'm gonna show y'all the real reason why I'm saying what I'm saying. And what I just said was biblical. I'm gonna show you what I just said is biblical. And I'm gonna demand, and I'm believing in the Most High. I believe, and I'm confident within myself. It may take a minute, but we doing what the Bible said do. This is the Bible. That what I'm saying is biblical. We don't have to allow the enemy is to continue to keep riding us and just do. Cause see, you can pick. It's like you bullying a child that's smaller than you, and you bigger, you taller than them. One day that child gonna rise up, get tired of being bullied, and and stand up. You just like a dog. If you keep messing with a dog, a scared dog, you can turn a scared dog into one of the dangerous, bravest dogs there is. Because if you keep messing with him, the dog gonna only run and run and run from you for so long. One day he gonna wake up. He gonna like, I'm fucking tired of this shit. If he come back over here, I'm gonna tear his ass up and damn near kill him. The dog. And see, this is what the so-called white man is doing. You see what I'm saying? I'm gonna do something about this, bro. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna be no physical, but it's gonna be demanding some rights. because I'm letting them know now. Look, we not gonna let y'all continue to just come up in here and just go up on our rent, and then we're gonna sit up in here and just do and just no damn reason. Because if you think about it, these places is not even worth that amount of money, and y'all taking advantage, so-called white people. Y'all taking advantage of all our senior citizens. I'm not just speaking here and the senior citizens, my mother and grandmother and all them people, and my grandfather and all them. I'm speaking for the behalf of all of our Black, Hispanic, and Native American great grandfathers. I mean, grandfathers. Some of them that's living. We know some of them are deceased or whatever. But you get what I'm saying. You see what I'm saying? It's just not right. You see what I'm saying? But the Bible says, well, let me find it. Let's see here. Jeremiah, Ezekiel. It's right after Ezekiel comes Daniel. The book of Daniel, chapter 7, and verse, I think it's 18. I think I got it right. Book of Daniel, chapter 7, verse 18. The Bible said, then the king went to his palace and passed the night. Oh, wait a minute, hold on. Daniel 7, that's not it. Daniel 7 and 18. The Bible says, as concerning the rest of the beasts, they had their dominion taken away. See that? And yet their lives were prolonged as for its time and season. Okay, wait a minute. Oh, I'm reading verse 12. Okay, I thought I was reading 18. My bad. Here it is right here. Talking about the saints. Revelation. My bad, y'all. Daniel chapter 7 and verse 18. But the saints, I was right, but the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever. See, the so-called white man, if you look in history, did they come over here and ask the blacks of the Native American Indians for this land? Did they say, hey, can we have a piece of this pie? Can we have a piece of it? We want some of it. We're asking y'all for some of this here. We're not coming to take nothing from nobody. No, they came with deception and deceitful. That's why we call the white man the devil or whatever. Now, whatever y'all goddamn, whatever the fucking property y'all own or whatever shit or whatever, and I'm demanding it across the globe. You're not going to go up on this. Hell no, fuck no. Because you know what? No, because y'all really gonna get it for what I would love to come in contact with the person. And when I say that, I'm being serious. I would love to come in contact with the person who's responsible for doing this. And I really would love to go to them and tell them, look, I am not paying that kind of whatever. Whatever your problem is or whatever, your ass is just greedy for money. You robbing the people. That's what you doing. It's no different from the damn churches, the Christianity damn pastors. When you get tired of it, what do we do when we don't went to a damn church? I used to be part of the religious congregation. I'm sorry I ever got myself into that. It's a piece of fucking shit. When you realize you've been deceived your whole fucking life, following a mass of shit that was created by white folks. 7-day Adventist. That shit ain't in the Bible. The only thing that's in the Bible is keeping the Sabbath, the 7-day Sabbath. It didn't say nothing about speak unto no 7-day Adventist. Speak unto no Jehovah's Witnesses. Speak unto no Muslim. Speak unto no Baptist. Speak unto no Methodist. Speak unto the Methodist. It didn't say that. It says speak directly to the children of Israel, because Israel is the church. And the Most High said in Acts chapter, I think it's 7 and verse 48, Christ dwelleth not in temples made with hands. He don't dwell in these buildings that they build in these big mega churches. God is not into that. No, that's bullshit or whatever. You see what I'm saying? But still, it doesn't give you a right is to be a greedy fucking dog over money, money, money. And you see, you got poor people, disabled people, barely just taking, just the rich is constantly robbing the poor, and the rich is the damn white man. Let me show you something. Let me back that up in Revelation about how they go up on them. Let me back it up. Let's go to Revelation. God is gonna bring judgment upon America for that, for all the dirt that they are doing to His people and making our people suffer over because, oh, I got to keep up my mark, so I got to go up on these people's rent. You don't give a fuck about the people because it's all about the bit. All you so-called landowners or whatever the fuck y'all is or whatever, you so-called white people, y'all don't give a fuck about the Black, Hispanic, and Native American. But I'm standing up for my people all over the globe that's paying into the shit. We got to stand up, Black people. We got the Black, Hispanic, and Native American. We got to stand up and we got to go against that. We need to do something. We need to boycott it and say, nope, we're not doing that because we have too many of our people out here on the streets now that's homeless. And I mean that shit. No, we're not paying all of that. Nothing like that no more. If you do it, go out and get if you that motherfucking greedy for some damn money or whatever, go to your forefathers that them robbed the damn people and ask them for it. Go ask the main man, your forefather, the government or whatever, is to fund that and create paper money and just give it to you. Because it ain't no sense in keep robbing us poor Black, Hispanic, and Native American people. It's no sense in keep doing that shit. It's just robbing our people for whatever fucking dime they got. The so-called white folks are doing. They don't care nothing about you. Now, I will say this here. I'm going to say this here again. People always say, well, you can't blame and say this about all white people and all the Bible says in Jeremiah 16 and verse 30, all that they that devour, they shall be devoured, and all thy adversaries, every one of them shall go into captivity. And that's what, go read it in Jeremiah chapter 30 and 16. You'll see what I'm talking about. Oh, it didn't say some, it didn't say a few, just the good ones. It didn't say just the bad ones to be devoured. It didn't say that. It says every last one of the heathens, that's not Israelites, that's actually oppressing the children of Israel. This is going to happen to them. Yeah. So let's look at I know where it is. I can't remember exactly. Okay, I think I'll find it though. Let's see here. I get it. Revelation 16, verse let's look at verse 4. Let's try and see what we get here. Good evening, King. I am about to eat me some. I can't even say pig. Okay, I can't even. It looked like it's a tricky word. I don't want to me, like a solid word. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, it said, and the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color. Purple and scarlet color represents the keeping of the commandments, but these are the commandments of the white man, the Pope. It said, decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand, full of the abominations and filthiness of her fornication. That means all kinds of filthy sin, all kinds of evil that they do. Fornication means getting in America, their laws and their ways and all that kind of stuff. Evil, there's just no righteousness in them. Let's go into context. All right, let's keep going. It said, and upon her forehead was a name written, mystery. That means it's beyond understanding. If you ain't got no spiritual eye, you ain't gonna be able to see it, because the only way this mystery can be revealed to you is through the Most High. Babylon the Great. The Bible called it Babylon the Great because it was great in the, it didn't say Babylon the good. Babylon was good. It said it was great. A deception. That's why Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots. The mother of harlots, talking about the 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 leader, the people that follow after this system that's spiritually getting in bed with America. That's sick in their mind, sick in their head with white supremacy, sick as being a house Uncle Tom and all that type of stuff. Those are different ways we can drink from this cup of America. By accepting homosexuality when the Bible clearly condemns it. You know what I'm saying? It says in the mother of harlots and abomination of the earth. Okay, let's look at where it says Babylon. Okay, will be thrown down. It talks about. Okay, I think this is it right here. Revelation 18 and verse 9. Let's start there. And the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously. That means they live deliciously. Is in other words, like they're living and having the best of life. They what's the word I'm looking for? They living good, living deliciously. If you go into the so-called white men's community, they got nice house, they got nice children. Just go in the so-called white man's neighborhood, how they benefit off of slavery and how they have nice homes. They don't have all this to worry about. They own property, they own so much and all that. That's what the Bible is talking about. And the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and live deliciously with her, talking about the people who sell their soul out as Uncle Tom. They want and the kings of the earth who have committed fornication with her and live deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning. America is gonna get burnt the hell up. America gonna be destroyed. That's what it's saying. It's saying that America, when we talk about Babylon, that means America, bro. America is the worst corrupt system. The so-called white people, Esau, this is going into Esau, the so-called white men, how they did everything evil and all the shooting, the killing that they do. Even when you look on YouTube, they talk about hands up, don't shoot it. If you move, you're gonna get shot if you fucking move. This is what the so-called white men saying, just like they killed Sony Mass and all. Oh yeah, y'all messed up, y'all killing Sony Mass. Y'all messed up, y'all killed George Floyd. Y'all messed up, y'all killed Sandra Bland and all that type of stuff. And Eric Alton Stoolin and Eric going, oh, y'all gonna get, y'all so-called white people, y'all gonna pay for that. And then somebody had they damn nerve to get in my comment section and talk about stop bullying so-called white people. Well, guess what? What do you call me calling out demonic ass, or how so-called white people is demonic? How in the hell let me ask you something. Did it sound like who killed? How did you need 2 police officers? It's to go into a woman's house who they can physically handle, wasn't even that strong at all. One woman, you scared of one woman and took your gun and literally shot this woman like that because she said, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus, and still got shot because she was calling on the wrong God. And that was the God of the white man, the white Jesus. And that white Jesus can't save nobody or whatever. And shot that woman. The woman said, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus, because she realized she let the damn demons in her fucking house, in her damn house. And this woman, people go around and say, forgive them. You got to forgive them, and you got to do this. And because the reason why you need to forgive them, because it'll be not for their peace, but it's for your peace and all that. But guess what? Sonya ass ain't able to live to say she got peace. She can't live. She dead. So how in the fuck she gonna ask for peace? So we'll be, as black people, religion was one of the worst things that was given to our people. It was. It was one of the worst things ever given to our people, because no matter what this demonic entity, evil reptilians of people do, our people still gonna suck up what they say and still say they good. Oh no, man, get the fuck up out of here. Thinking that that's right, thinking white Jesus is gonna help them and all that old kind of stuff, and then going up on, like I said, going up on the rent. Let's go on. And me reading scriptures on this. Now watch this. I'm gonna read this over. Revelation 18, verse 9. And the kings of the earth who have committed fornication with her and live, and not only that, but live deliciously. That means living rich, living good, living off the wealth. You oppressing your own people as black police officers for this damn white man. You joining hands with those same people. The Most High said you're gonna be destroyed with Babylon, and live deliciously with her and bewail her and lament for her, and they shall see the smoke of her burning, standing afar off for fear of her torment, and saying, Alas, 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 that great city Babylon, that mighty city. For in 1 hour is thy judgment come. It's going to take God an hour to destroy America. And the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buys her merchandise anymore. The merchandise of gold and of silver and of precious stones and of pearls and fine linen and purple and silk and scarlet and all thy wood and all manner of vessels of ivory and all manner of vessels of most precious wood and of brass and iron and myrrh, marble and cinnamon and odors and ornaments and frankincense and wine and oil and fine flour and wheat and beasts and sheep and horses and chariots and slaves and souls of men. Slaves and souls of men, and the fruit that thy soul lusteth after are departed from thee, and all things which were dainty and goodly are departed from thee, and thou shalt find them no more at all. The merchants of these things which were made rich, the merchants of these things which were made rich, see that, by her shall stand afar off for fear of her torment and weeping and wailing. That means they're gonna suffer. Oh, weeping and wailing, saying, Alas, alas. They're gonna it's like it's gonna be, they're gonna rejoice, the people of God is gonna rejoice over America being destroyed. That great city that was clothed in fine linen, that was clothed in righteousness, went in the name of the Most High God, persecuting and killing, raping, robbing, and murdering, and greeding and stripping us, and just being greedy dogs over our rent, taking our rent and all that, saying, Alas, alas, that great city, and was clothed with fine linen and purple and scarlet. I mean, they're going to use God and try to come in the name of him and try to finesse us. And decked with gold and precious stones and pearls. Decked with gold. The gold symbolizes money and wealth and riches that the white man, the white folks lived off of and took and made the slave, the black man and the black woman, work hard as slaves and all that type of shit. You see what I'm saying? And then while they take and profit off of most of the money, while we help them, just like the Mexicans is our brothers. They turn around and work. The Mexicans work hard as fucking hell. Then they turn around and build the building, and then the so-called white men want to take credit for what these people has done. And that shit. That's why the Bible says in Ecclesiastes 7:7, surely oppression makes a wise man mad, and a gift destroys the heart. When you see people taking advantage of your brother, that should piss you off every time you wake up and you think about this shit. What this devil is doing. And they are the devil. And you wonder why we call the white man the devil. Because he's a deception. He's a deceiver. Only an animal will do something like that. If you look at all the movies that they make, the Howling, like Howling Part 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and they turn it in like what they call werewolves and stuff like that. It's a reason for that. The reason why, because that's what they are. That's why you wonder why they kill and be doing all the killing and stuff. And most of our people come up killed behind this shit, behind this stuff. It's because they not humans. They animals. That's why they do that. Because only an animal could do that. For in 1 hour so great riches is come to naught. Your riches, see all the riches that they have. This is in Revelation 18 and verse 17. For in 1 hour so great riches is come to naught. That means it's gonna come to shit. Everything that they got, it's gonna come to nothing. And every ship master, see that? This is talking about all the slave owners and the ship masters and all of the companies in ships and sailors, and as mighty as trade by sea stand afar and cry when they saw the smoke of her burning. That's right. Saying, what city is like unto this great city? And they cast dust on their hands and cried, weeping and wailing, saying, alas, alas, that great city wherein was made rich, where it was made rich. See, America is one of the richest countries, and they went all over the world. That's why you hear Christopher Columbus going to all them different other countries and stuff, and they colonized it and took and went over there for gold and stuff like that. Well, watch, I'm gonna read this again. I'm gonna read it again, and then I'm gonna take. Hold on. Okay. What was Christopher Columbus going to go over into the islands of Puerto Rico, and what was he going to take? Okay. On his second voyage in 1993, Christopher Columbus Island on Puerto Rico to claim the land for Spain and establish settlements. He was not taking something specific from the island in the way one might take a souvenir, but rather to establish Spanish colony for the purpose of colonization and resources. Did you get that? And resources, extraction, gold. Did I just read this out the Bible? It's backed up by the Bible and the history. Because see, the Bible is a history book, and history is confirming what the Bible is saying. Now watch this. I'm gonna read out the Bible. Revelation chapter 18 and verse 19. And they cast dust on their heads, crying, weeping, and wailing, and saying, alas, alas, that great city, wherein were made rich money, wherein was made rich all that had ships. All that had ships, they owned ships, and they used our people and brought our people to America on slave ships and scattered our people all over the world. And that's when they had control over everything. What should we call you? Ships in the sea by reason of her costliness. For in 1 hour she made desolated. Desolated means she's gonna be they're gonna be wasted to nothing. Gonna be utterly wasted and utterly empty. It ain't gonna have no more power and to do whatever it wanted to do. What should we call you? What be more specific. I don't want to be called nothing, just call somebody just exposing the truth or whatever. He brought back in, not to take Columbus's main focus was on claiming territory, extraction, resources. On his first voyage, he brought back a small amount of gold. That's money. Gold, native plants, and some enslaved indigenous people to show Spain the potential wealth of the lands he claimed. What he took from the Puerto Ricans. Spain colonization of Puerto Rico, which began with Columbus arriving, involved establishment settlements using indigenous people as slaves, slave labor. That's what I was saying. And seeking resources like gold. This process led to the near annihilation of the I think I'm saying a Taino population, these diseases and overwork. Do I have a preferred name or title? Like, for you mean for the video or for? I I'm still I'm still confused. Do you have do you have a preferred name or title? Mm, I just say my name, Clarence, or either I say Peter. My nickname is Peter or something like that. If that's I don't know, you know what I'm saying. So I don't, I'm just yeah. I want to make sure I'm giving you what your answer that you know what I'm saying. Yeah, but everything that I'm saying is actually matching up with the Bible. I thought Clarence, but I wasn't sure. Thank you, Clarence. Who are you? That's the name. I mostly use Clarence like if I'm going to like if I'm going to a doctor or something, which I don't like going or whatever. I use it when it comes to certain things like people that know me by that name. Like if I'm going into a store to like when it's dealing with paying bills or something, they may go by my name as well as a business wise name or something like that, of trying to take care of things of the house or something like that. People they know me by that, like the nurses come around and they come here and and like the home and health nurses and come up in here and they and you have like what you call it, the speech therapy and all that, they come here and work sometime. They don't come all the time. They come in here and help the patients and stuff like that. There, they some of them offer different things. So that's the only time I probably use that name. But my nickname is Peter. Yeah, that's my real nickname, Peter. I am music. I am fashion. I'll watch your videos and show them. Okay, all right. I know it's a lot more people out there, way more intellectual than I am. I don't consider myself to be no intellectual person or nothing like that. But uh, um, But anyway, I'm gonna say like I'm gonna sum it down. Like I enjoy taking care. I don't believe in putting my people in no nursing home. I just don't. That don't sit well with me. I wouldn't feel. The reason why I don't feel comfortable with doing that is because I don't. I wouldn't feel good living and it's hard to even just think about that. I wouldn't feel good coming out here living a lavish life and knowing my family members is confined like that. Like I just couldn't live with it. I feel more better if they're at home with myself. You know what I'm saying? Which I'm grateful to have that to happen. People say, "Oh, you do this," but I tell people this here. I said, "Man, look, I was born for this. Really, I was. I was born for this." And I mean, people may say, "Hey, you bragging on it or what?" I'm sorry if I am, but I'm proud to say that I was born for this, and we was born for this, and we was born for a trial and tribulation. We was born for this, and I ain't never owned a car a day in my life. Never. Born into struggling, born into poverty, and I know what the hell is like. I can relate. I can only relate to poverty. I can't relate to walking in the store and say, "Oh, don't worry about how much it costs. I'll be able to get it." No, I got to be like thinking about the only thing I'm concerned about. What is the price of this here? You ain't gonna walk up in there and be like, "Well, I know I'm able to get it," because you can't think like that. But if you got all the riches and the wealth in the world, like the so-called white people, how they control everything, and they do, which they do. They don't have to do that. Even the government, they don't have to do that. The people that control the government, people that control everything, they don't have that to worry about. Because if you got all of the fund, the resources and the funds, and you the funds is in your hand, and you ain't got to worry about funds in it because you own the making of the fund, making of the money and printing the money out and stuff. How you gonna sit up there and worry about where you gonna get your next? You ain't got to, because you own everything. That would be like me sitting up talking about, oh well, I'm if I'm sitting on owning everything in the damn world. Let's just hypothetically say, if I own everything in the world, what the hell would I look like getting on YouTube or getting somewhere and sitting up here talking about, man, we've been sitting up here struggling, and I own the world. I own all of the law. Let's just say I can stop the law. I can stop them from messing with our people. Just say, hey, just make one phone call and they stop. All I got to do is just speak one word and everybody gonna stop. So it wouldn't be no need for me is to say, man, we struggling up, because I got it all in my control. Whatever I want them to do, they can do. Hey, don't send them no court flirtation. Don't do that. No, well, we gotta listen to him. I control it all. So if they control all of the printing of money, print money out, there is no need for so-called white people to have to take and slide up on rent, because they supposedly have it a little easier than us. People say, oh, well, white people go through stuff too, and everybody go through it. Yeah, they probably is, but it ain't like us. It'd be more easier for them in this society than you and I. And I'm just speaking from experience. Yeah. So still, don't be greedy over rent. That's the name of the video. Don't be greedy over rent, because you fucked up your mortgage. You don't know how to pay your damn mortgage. So therefore, you own this property. So now you're going to get more money out your people to fund your lifestyle, when you literally should be doing like the big man, the big government, how they can print out money. The people that own that, and they can do what they want. So they don't have no reason to complain about they in a poverty position. We are the only ones that have the right is to speak about what's going on, what we don't like, and the problem that we have over here. And mostly everything that I read came out the Bible, because the purpose of them conquering our people, they took our wealth and everything. They took everything. That's what it's all about. Gold. The gold represents money. That's why Christopher Columbus went over to the island of Puerto Rico and Costa Rica, because he knew it was gold over there. Let's read this part again right here. Revelation chapter 18, verse 16. And saying, alas, alas, that great city that was clothed in fine linen and purple and scarlet and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls. For in 1 hour so great riches is come to naught. And every shipmaster, talking about the slave owners, and all the companies and ships and sailors, and as mighty as trade by sea, stood afar off, and cried when they saw the smoke of her burning, saying, what city is like unto this great city? And they cast dust on their heads and cried, weeping and wailing, saying, alas, alas, that great city wherein was made rich. Those are the key words, wherein was made rich all that had ships in the sea, by reason of her costless. For in 1 hour is she made desolate. Rejoice over her, thy heaven and the holy apostles and prophets, for God had avenged you on her. And a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone and cast it into the sea, saying, Thus with violence shall that great city, thus with thus with violence shall that great city Babylon be thrown down, and shall be found no more at all. It's talking about the riches of the kingdom. And they cried, Revelation 18 and verse 19, and they cast dust on their heads and cried, weeping and wailing, saying, Alas, alas, that great city where it was made rich, where it was made rich. You see what I'm saying? It was made rich. The Most High said that Esau gonna be utterly wasted. That's what Esau means, is to be wasted. He was utterly wasted, meaning he ain't got no melon. When you ain't got no melon in you that's utterly wasted. Yeah, they don't have no melon. That's why you can see the blood through their skin. I'm gonna show y'all that in another video. You know? Yeah. So that's why they're gonna be destroyed, because they living off of the blood, sweat, and tears of our taxes and everything. And they don't never give our people the credit that they deserve when they work hard. Yep. What was the purpose of Christopher Columbus going to Costa Rica? All right. Christopher Columbus went to the coast of what is now Costa Rica as part of his fourth and final voyage in 1502, primarily to find a western sea route to Asia and to explore the lands for Spain. He was also helping to find riches, as he was attached to the area by the gold worn by the local indigenous people. So that was it. It was the purpose of it, is to find gold. Back in the Bible days, what does gold symbolize? What is gold? In biblical time, gold symbolizes purity, divine nature, and loyalty due to incorruptibility and value. It represents God's holiness and refinement of character and heavenly glory. Gold was also used for monetary value in trade, but its a spiritual symbol was more profound. It was money. It was worth everything. Refinement of character. The patriarch Job declares, when he has tasted me, when he had tested me, I shall come forth as gold. Illustrated how trials can purify and refine one's character. Oh, okay. So the money still was part of like wealth, but it was also like gold, like I said, gold tried in the fire. You know what I'm saying? They tried to claim the biblical identity of Israelites and stuff like that, So I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here. So that's why they say gold in the Bible symbolizes wealth. See that? The gold in the Bible symbolizes wealth, beauty, but it also often represents purity, refining, and is able able. It is also a metal that God places a lot of value in. Okay, I'm just giving it the meaning of gold because it's in Genesis 2. Genesis 24 and 35 and Genesis 24 and 53. We see gold as precious material used for making valuable jewelry and as evidence of riches and material profit, prosperity. The Hebrew word for gold, another word for gold is kim, and which specifically refers to the fine, pure, or refined gold. A third word is puz, okay, which also describes explicitly pure. Okay, I guess that'll be it for right now. Gold is also represents wealth. Yeah, and so that's why the main reason why they went to he went to the islands of Puerto Rico and Costa Rica in 1502. I think what I read. Yeah, I think that was like 1502. Yeah, yeah, it's like 1502. I can't find it right now, but I saw it earlier. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna get up out of here, man. I'm gonna see y'all later. I'll be back. But I really want to do something about that. I am. All right, see y'all later. Still, don't be greedy over rent. That's my title of this video.